Hi, this is John, the resident head of Jerusalem Psychotherapist. This week's Torah and Psychology post for Sukkot is titled, Why is it so important to be right? To start off with, I'm going to mention a Medrash Tanchumah in Vayikra that says that the Bnei Yisrael and the idol worshippers, Ovdei Avodah Zarah, engage in a judgment process on Yom Kippur. And we can ask, how will we know who has come out righteous in judgment? So Hashem says, take the lulav in your hand on Sukkot, and this will be a sign that you are righteous in judgment, that you have come out innocent. And we know that Sukkot is Zman Simchosenu, it's a time of happiness. And so on one level, we can say that the happiness is something that comes out from being innocent in judgment, and certainly it's understandable. There's a relief, there's a pleasure, and there's a joy that comes out from being innocent in judgment. But I'd like to suggest another interpretation, another understanding. As we said in previous weeks, that the process of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur allows us to recognize and acknowledge and engage in the process of free will and decision making, and how we make decisions, and being able to discern between right and wrong, and to really engage in an active process of being able to make the right decisions. So here we are on Sukkot, where we seem to be getting this confirmation that we have made the right decisions, that we are on the right track, and there is this pleasure that we get out from having this external, this symbolic sign in a way, which is a symbolic and psychological indication to us that we are on the right track. We are on the right track, and we are implementing our free will in the right way. And certainly, there's a lot of pleasure that can come out of that. But if we look at the importance of being right and the pleasure that comes out of it, we can actually argue that the importance that we attach to it in some way can warp, as we said, warp our decision making, and can still, in a way, even at the final stage, create a facade and a pleasure of being right, but actually still prevents us from engaging with the decision making process and the free will. And how is this? Because on a societal level, an educational level, and certainly as well on a psychological level, we attach significance to being right. That if you are right, then you are able to progress in education, in schooling, in tests, in a career. People who are right are the ones that progress and develop in life. And being wrong is something which is negative. The more that you are right, the more that you will succeed in life. And this can prevent us and can influence our decision making to actually make us think that we are always making the right decisions, that we are right, and being right in a way on a psychological level fuels our self-worth, our ego, our sense of self, that we need to be right in order to be successful, and it's important for our sense of well-being. But we can't always be right. The reality is that sometimes we are wrong, and in order to develop in life, we need to learn from our mistakes. We need to be able to be flexible on whether it's on an interpersonal level or intrapersonal level, when there's a sense of tension or conflict. We need to be able to accept other people's point of view, or be able to be flexible to consider other interpretations, other ideas, other ways of understanding things, in order to be able to engage in a correct decision-making process. So it's not necessarily the final result of being right, because we never actually, or we don't always get a confirmation that we are right. The pleasure and the enjoyment that we receive is a sense of connection, of feeling that we really are being authentic. We are connecting with ourselves, and we are actually engaging in this decision-making process, and there's a sense of authenticity and honesty with ourselves, that we are able to engage and understand that there is right and wrong. And although we hope we are making the right decisions, we're not necessarily able to know if our decision-making process is correct, if we are right. Hashem is saying that we can take the lulav in our hands. And this is a confirmation, not necessarily of being right, but that through Rosh Hashanah and through Yom Kippur, and we reach Sukkot, it's a confirmation that we are really engaging in the decision-making process in an authentic way, and that we are connected with ourselves. And why is this? Because the lulav, the Arba Minim, we know it relates to the different parts of our body, the heart, the spine, the eyes, the lips. It's a symbolic mitzvah that engages with our body. It engages with our mind, our thoughts, our actions, the behavior, and with our emotions. The mitzvah of Sukkah, of the Daled Minim, is a connection with ourselves. It's a connection in an authentic, honest way with ourselves, what are our values, how we want to conduct ourselves in our life. And this is the joy and the pleasure that we get out from an engagement with our free will. That it's not necessarily the confirmation of being right, but that we are on the right track. And this is a distinction, because we said in life, we don't always have these confirmations. We won't necessarily know if we are right. And sometimes we can fool ourselves with this importance that we attach to being right, to trick ourselves, to feel that we are right. And we don't even consider other options, or we don't even consider that we might be wrong. So the joy and the pleasure and the simcha of Sukkot is an acknowledgement of this process of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, of going through a decision-making process, of an engagement in our free will, and it's a really engagement in connecting with who we are and what we are. And this is the pleasure we get. So we need to understand, and hopefully when we take the lulav nesting in our hand, like it says in the Medrash, it should be a message, an indication to others, but also to ourselves, that we are engaging in an honest way with our decision-making process, and we hope that we are making the right decisions. So I wish you Chag Sameach and good Shabbos, and keep well.